wonder if we can show. Yes, we are live. Okay. All right, we're gonna wait for a few people to join in. Hello. Hi, everyone. Okay. So, I'm here with Gary today. We're both from the Wind City team, and we are going to be talking about real estate in the Windsor, Ontario market. So, we're just going to wait for a few more people to join. If you have any real estate related questions, please type them down below in the comments, and we'll answer them for you. Again, we're in Windsor, Ontario, and there's Gary right over there. Hey, Gary. Okay, so Gary, are you writing an offer currently right now? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I just had to revise an offer because, competitive market, multiple offers.
Right.
So normally when they tell you a deadline is 6, a lot of times people will be late. So we had like 3-4 offers coming after the deadline.
Oh my God.
Which is normal nowadays, I guess so. But I just had to revise an offer real quick, and then I think I'll be ready to go, guys.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. So very busy in the market right now. Like, we don't even have time to do a live without writing offers on it. So it's very working hard in Windsor right now, trying to get our buyers some listings. It's a very low inventory still, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw the little thing that on the countdown. It says, "Come buy a house with us." No, come sell a house with us. Like, I can't. It's almost like impossible for me to like buy a house right now. It's really competitive, especially just in January mostly.
Right.
Because listings just kind of disappeared. Like on a normal basis, like it used to be 200 to 250, maybe even 300 houses or duplexes, on the market on a regular basis. But as soon as January hit, it's like I think it's 130 single family homes right now available.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's it. That's 100 down, just like that, just in the month of January. So
I had one house recently, like they had so many preemptive offers coming in. They moved the offer date from February 13th to February 9th. And now like my buyer and I are scrambling. We're like, we don't know what to do. So like, if you have any listings, bring them to Windsor, Ontario, because it's absolutely insane right now. So we're starting to get some questions on TikTok over here. So Spencer Gray asks, do you have any experience or opinions about buying a short-term rental in Florida Airbnb? That's kind of off topic, but I'll answer it. It's okay. So for Florida Airbnb, I know some investors from Canada going down to Florida because they got better property taxes, better tenant laws than Ontario. I don't have any personal experience myself, but that's what I do know about it. Host invites you to go live together. I don't know who this is. It declines. Sorry, I've never gone. Yeah, I'm probably not. A little bit risky. The voice is repeating, guys. Okay, hang on. Let me try to fix that. Cam mic, hang on. The voice is repeating. That's weird. There might be something wrong with my mic. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Are there any issues with the mic on your end there? Sounds normal. Okay. How is it now? Sorry, we're fixing some technical difficulties here. Okay, so again, if you have any real estate related questions for anybody just joining the live, please put them in the comments down below. Gary and I are realtors from Windsor, Ontario. We deal frequently with investors. I'm an investor myself, so feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the Canada, Ontario market. How's your offer going, by the way, Gary?
Good.
It's
Perfect.
good.
Yeah, I just sent it in.
You just sent it in. Okay, cool.
Good.
So busy.
Yeah.
So Shake asks, how's the Riverside area, Gary?
Like for what exactly? Like just single family home kind of thing?
They said the East Riverside area, sorry. That's kind of a general.
Mostly newer construction that got built in like 2015 after that. So like even those houses are kind of blowing up. I remember there was this house that I had a potential listing lead. They wanted to sell their house and buy a house in like the farm area. So I did some comparables for them. It was on Frederick Avenue. And back then the comparables were going around like 700K mark. And I just saw a house yesterday sell on that same street, 785.
Oh my God.
That's within a month too. So yeah, I mean, it's really blowing up everywhere, I guess I would say.
They're rising dramatically. Like, just to go off your point on the price, like I recently did a video where like we were comparing Windsor. I don't know if you saw that, like Windsor prices over 10 years. And literally 3 years ago, it was like at 308,000 or something for the average.
Yeah.
And now in January 2020, we're at 680. Like over doubled in 3 years. That you never see that anywhere.
No,
like
no.
I feel like people are starting to kind of realize Windsor's potential here for kind of like what we got going on. Because we're a cross-border city. We're at the bridge. We got the bridge there. We got another bridge coming, so more cross-border workers. We got the mega hospital coming as well. So if people are liking Windsor's potential as it is right now, just imagine when like those things start to come in. Like it's going to be insane, I think, in terms of appreciation.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that for sure.
So let's see.
We were already a little behind before, but like now, like people actually are aware, and like it's mostly like the people that are actually moving here themselves too, right? It's those guys are. It's not just investors too. It's a lot of people are like, I want this house for myself. So those guys don't mind paying a little extra because they would have been paying a lot more anywhere else. So
exactly. Yeah, we have a lot of people moving from. I have a client currently who's moving from Toronto because like the prices there are just too high for him to buy a house, and now he's moving to Windsor. And he's considering working in the States over here to get a higher salary and then get like a huge house compared to what you can get like for a condo back in Toronto. So you do see a lot of people moving here for personal reasons, not just for investing. So we got a lot of questions coming in. So let's just gonna go off on this. So this person asks here, can I buy my second house with only 5% down as well? Yes, I personally did this. So like, as long as you're moving into the house, you can buy a second one for 5% down. It just like, if your mortgage broker allows it and like your debt to service ratio and all that, that's gonna be a factor as well, and your income. So yeah, you can, it is possible to do that. Let's see some questions here in TikTok. So we're talking about real estate investing in Ontario right now, like specifically Windsor, Ontario, if you're here. So Nick Gomes asks, do you guys see it falling in Ontario?
I don't know. I don't see it falling per se. Like falling is like too vague of a, like, what do you mean by falling? Like how much? Like 20%, 10%, like falling, because it's not going to be for pennies, that's for sure, right? But I see it going like steady for a little bit, maybe when the interest rates go up. I think this hike of buyers wanting to invest me just because of because like they want to buy before the hike, you know. But yeah, I think it may go steady throughout the year, which I hope so it does, because like it just can't keep going like that. It's not healthy for the market either, right? Maybe steady for a little bit and then it'll continue to go up, because we were already a little bit behind rest of Ontario and even rest of Canada mostly. But yeah, I agree. So like I do think it might go steady. I don't know about Windsor though, because like we're still considered the cheapest city in Ontario. So even if it does go steady in the rest of Ontario, we're still going to see people kind of moving here from everywhere else. I don't know. I'm hoping not, because it's so frustrating, like getting these buyers, like trying to get our buyers some listings. So, I mean, I'm hoping, but you know, we don't know. We don't have a magic, crystal ball. So wish we did. That's the $1 billion question. Like, is the market going to go up or down? Right. So just bought right before January.
Right. Exactly.
Right before January. Literally, like people who bought just before January, like December, November, like it's already appreciated like 50K.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's how much, like that's what comparables are doing. Like every comparable is getting beat by like 50 or 60K. So
wow, that's insane.
well,
And probably like no conditions either.
Actually, oh yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Like there's no way a condition, like you can't even write a peep in there. Like,
right. It's like just give it to me.
But other than that, like when we were talking about comparables, we actually we wrote a preemptive on. It was on the market for 1 day. It was a condo, and it was a penthouse condo. It was a nice condo, but on the market for 1 day. So I thought we were writing a preemptive the next day. We were beating the comparable by 15K at that point. And we were like, okay, we're gonna get it. And the agent's like, yeah, like go ahead, write it up, and I think we'll be able to make it work because you guys are running a good price.
Right.
But so when you do write a preemptive, they still have to alert all the other agents who viewed the property that, hey, we are going to preemptive this day. Like we're going to review it today evening. So if you got an offer, like bring it in, right? 7 offers within a day for that condo.
Wow.
I think it was 80K over the comparable. So the comparable was at 270, and that went for 350.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
this is a condo that was on the market for 1 day.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
I was seeing like I mentioned that house before. I don't know like how much it's gonna go for yet. We'll find out in a couple days. But they had so many preemptive offers come in. Like they're just like, okay, fine, we'll push the offer date like 5 days earlier than we were originally planning. So yeah, I can absolutely insane right now. It's hard for our buyers. Very nice for sellers, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are just putting any kind of property that is like, yeah, I forgot that I even had that. Let's put it open. So,
yeah, I forgot I had. It's like one of the pocket.
No, really, I think that's actually what there's like 3 properties on Campbell. Like all are pretty much student rentals. All side by side. That all 3 of them have their offer dates today. I'm actually offering on one of them.
Right.
And yeah, they were just like there was just multiple properties that they had, and they're like all 3 of them. They just put it on sale today. And let's just see how much we can get.
They're gonna get killing on that. Yeah, if they just bought last month, I'm sure they're gonna make tens of thousands on those properties. It's insane. Yeah. So we got some more questions coming in by Gotam. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but he's asking if I invest in a pre-construction house, will it be difficult for me, a family income of $75,000, to get a mortgage for 2 houses? Yeah, I think that's
construction is a little different though, no?
I
think for pre-construction you're gonna pay like a 10% down payment off the bat, and when it gets done, and that's when you actually apply for your full mortgage.
Yeah.
So for him, to begin with, it depends on what kind of pre-construction he's going for. If it's like, let's say, finishing in 2024, if he wants like a slot in that, he'll have to pay like a down payment of like a certain percentage.
Yeah.
And then later on, when like it comes close to it, either he can assign it, which a lot of people do. A lot of people like assign the sale, which a lot of builders aren't happy with. But if they assign the sale, then they'll make decent money out.
Oh, so it's like turning a profit then, like, okay.
You just pretty much assign like a contract saying that, hey, I was going to buy this pre-construction for, let's say, 900K, but now it's worth 1,200, like 1.2 mil.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just going to sell that contract for that. And a lot of people actually do that. This is actually one of the investment techniques that people use.
I've heard of them do. Yeah, I've seen some people do that as well. But it is risky though, because you're banking on basically appreciation. Yeah. So if that doesn't work out, then you're stuck.
A lot of people just like, like if it's like you're trying to like make money off of it and you're just trying to sell contracts of it, then yeah, it's a little risky.
Right.
But like if like, for example, I think he wanted it for himself. So he'll just be paying the down payment of 10% on whatever the purchase price is today, and if it's finishing in 2024, and if it's appreciated by then he's a lucky man because he bought it for the purchase price of today.
Right. Yeah. Right? That's a good point. So yeah, maybe to see, he's asking if we could get 2 houses. I would talk to a mortgage broker if you want to like get another one on top of that as well. Just like talk to someone about your financing. I think that'd be the best way. Okay, let's see another question. I'm gonna go to TikTok here.
TikTok fan.
TikTok fans, hello. Okay, so someone asks, is Windsor fun to live?
Yeah, dude.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's fun. You got we got
like writing offers.
Yeah, I'm not writing offers.
Sure.
We're not having fun with that right now. But yeah, we got like a good downtown scene if that's what you're asking.
So honestly,
and then,
with it being closed, like I haven't even like experienced it to its full.
to full potential.
Yeah, like
Okay.
everything's been closed for like what 2-3 years now. Like
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But other than that, like downtown, like when I did, like I think I've had a couple nights with like us, Clark, and just the team. Like those nights they've been a good time. So yeah, a lot of bars and everything, but for its full potential, like with the lockdowns and everything, I didn't even
you didn't experience that. Poor Gary. Oh, but I think we got some good bars. We got good restaurants. I think Windsor has like some of the best restaurants in Ontario, especially like Middle Eastern food. I think we're like one of the top.
So.
You don't eat
meat.
Oh, you don't eat meat. I thought you said you just don't eat.
Yeah, you had another little thing come up.
Oh, a little question.
No, it was like a little live thing.
Oh, it's probably a heart or something. Somebody liked it. No. Yeah, Gary's new to TikTok. He doesn't know how it works, so he's like watching the likes pop up on there. Okay, so
I should make one of those, right?
You should. I've been telling him to like make a TikTok for forever. He looks like Justin Trudeau, doesn't he? He could like literally be the TikTok Justin Trudeau.
Dude, me and him would get along.
No, we wouldn't. Okay, so let's see some. I accidentally pressed that. Okay, so I guess we're answering this question. So Buena says, hi, based on current market price, what do you suggest to buy an investment property if numbers are not working? I don't quite understand. I mean, if it is into cash flow or something. Well, I don't recommend buying an investment property if numbers aren't working in the first place. If you want to bank on appreciation, you could do that. But I think it's a gamble. I believe in the city of Windsor. I think it's going to appreciate on like a 5-10 year timeline by a lot. But if you want to buy one where the numbers aren't working, if you feel comfortable to do that and you're financially comfortable doing it, go ahead. I personally wouldn't. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that kind of answers it. You're welcome, Gutam, for the advice. So we got another question by Shiva. Hang on, let me take a look here. I got to scroll up. We got a lot coming in. Okay. So how can someone who lives in the GTA invest in Windsor in good locality? If you mean by good locality, you mean good neighborhoods. Well, you should get a realtor that's from Windsor, like one of us or anyone on the Win City team or any realtor in Windsor, really, to give you an idea of how the neighborhoods work here. Especially like if you're from out of town, you want to have like a local expert that knows how Windsor works. Yeah. So that's my little tidbit of advice. If you want to like find out more about Windsor, Google's always like a good reference. There's like one website that rates neighborhoods. I think it's called ratemyneighborhood.com. Yeah. And it actually gives like a good reference point to how each neighborhood is in Windsor. So if you want to check that out, you can do that too. But I do recommend like getting a good realtor in Windsor if you're going to invest in Windsor. So that's my little bit of advice there. I hope that answers your question. And then she's got another one who says, what is the option for positive cash flow? It's pretty.
Student rentals.
Student rentals, yeah. If you want,
honestly, in the market like this, it's almost feasible that student rentals like the only thing that's actually cash flow positive right now.
Yeah.
There's a duplex that one of my clients offered on like last week or something. Comparables all around like a 530, 540K mark. We went in 555K clean offer. One of the units were rented out for $1,200 and one of the units were vacant. So it's both identically same units. So we're expecting this same numbers over there too, like $1,200 plus utilities, $1,200 plus utilities.
Right.
That did get us in a little bit cash flow with the 555. It was like, okay, we beat the comparables by like 25K. We're looking good, right?
Right.
661K. 661.
Oh my god.
Like, what are you guys looking at? Well, we looked at numbers, and what numbers are you guys looking at?
I offered, speaking of duplexes, those things go for a crazy amount. Everybody wants a duplex. I tried to offer on one last year, and I offered like above comparables, and this was last year. It was like a solid brick side by side east neighborhood. It was nice. So like I think I offered maybe 690, 670 or something for it, and it ended up going for like 800 for a duplex.
Wow.
I was blown up. Like I'd never seen that. It's just like out, and that was last year. That was last year.
Duplex last year.
Right. It was absolutely insane. So so that's
I don't know how much it is right now.
yeah, I kind of want to check. I wonder if they're reselling it. It was a really nice one. I think you could have even like split it into like townhomes. Like it was so perfectly split. I mean, I could see why I would go for that much, but I would never pay that much for it. So at least not in that current market. Maybe now I would, because now it's absolutely insane. Okay, another question. Do you think the government is going to implement something to balance the housing crisis? Will it affect the present homeowners?
Sorry, but I was actually
you were like jumping on this question.
I was actually thinking about this on my drive home. I was like, dude, they have something.
They have to do something.
I think they will too. I think they will too.
I mean, like, what can they do though? Like the one thing I've seen that they do to combat this, and it's the worst idea ever in my opinion. They want to put another capital gains tax, like for investors buying properties or something. Okay. So like when they sell it, they'll get taxed more. And I'm like, well, now people are just not going to sell. We're going to have even lower inventory, which is driving these prices. Yeah. I feel like when the government implements,
if anything, like some kind of like a extra payment that you have to pay for your extra properties that you're holding on to.
Yeah,
like rental properties that you're holding on to, like rental tax, stuff like that.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm like thinking about. See, Justin Trudeau right here. This is like what he would think. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think like how that would backfire, but yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like it because I'm an investor. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
but they do have. It's kind of nuts right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not just gonna keep saying like, yeah, it's just Windsor. I think it's going everywhere. This is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
You
know, I have an idea. Like, if we were to make development easier, if the government can make that a little bit easier, so we can have more inventory on that side as well. Because like, yeah, I mean, we do
have a housing crisis, and like that's one of the reasons why our rents are going so high, right?
Absolutely,
people have to fight over like a lot now. Rental rates, not only the housing prices are going up, rental rates are going up pretty high too. So,
well, you know how you mentioned that, like, what if they were to do like a tax if they did add like another house to their portfolio, right? So like rental rates would go up even higher because there's less rentals on the market, right? So like so now we got high housing prices and high rental rates, and nobody can like survive.
Landlords are just gonna be like, all right, $200 more.
Right, exactly. Yeah, all the landlords that are currently holding, they'll just raise their prices. So see, it always backfires. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what we have to do. Like, the only thing I can think of is things that can fix the supply. So, that's my thing. So hang on. I feel like we missed a lot of questions here. Or maybe we didn't.
No, no one wants to talk to us. No
one wants to talk to us anymore. We started talking about politics and they all left. It's okay. Trudeau, yeah, they saw Justin Trudeau right here, and they're like, no. You should seriously make a TikTok, Gary. The real estate Justin Trudeau. Okay, you got them all. Okay, yeah, we did get all the questions here. Let me see if we missed any on TikTok. No, just like that experience on Airbnb. Let me see if I can redo this here. Hang on. How do I end this? Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try once more. Live. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we already kind of answered that one there. Sorry, I'm just like looking at the TikTok over here. All right, hi Jimmy, thank you for joining. If you guys have any real estate questions, feel free to ask them. I'm here with Gary. We're from Windsor, Ontario. We specialize in this market here. So yeah, feel free to ask any real estate questions down in the comments below. Normally I have a sign because people just join in like as they flip through and they don't know what it's about. Okay. So it's like real estate.
You know that guy with the meme? The one that just holds the boards? You know what I'm talking about?
No, it's like
the guy with the glasses that just holds the boards with like random signs on it.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Maybe you should have one of those.
Yeah, that's like right in the. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we should do that so people know like what our live is about.
Just ask them to hop in. Ontario real estate.
Ontario real estate. Yeah, that's a good. We should do. Okay, next time we're gonna put it like right there. I'm gonna find a way to do that. Okay, so how did you submit your offer already, Gary?
Yeah, I was just waiting for. Like, so normally when you submit offers, you wait for their, they normally say received or something. I never got that. So I was just texting her just to say, hey, you got it, right? Just in case.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very sure.
All right. Very good. Yeah. So like, did you write a lot of offers this week? Like, how was it looking for you?
Yeah, nothing really cooking though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like whatever properties that are left, like people are just fighting over that pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's not much, like, especially for multifamilies on the market. I have kind of a funny story. Like, I went to a showing today for a multifamily, and there was a realtor from Toronto. He drove all the way down from Toronto to show his clients this property. Like, they all drove together to come here. Okay. And I had a listing time, like a showing time at 4 p.m. So I come in, 4 p.m., he's there. He's looking all confused because I'm there. And he's like, he tried to kick me out. He's like, we're supposed to have this property from 2 to 6 p.m. Or no, 4 to 6 p.m. I'm like, how can you have 2 hours of showing time? And I'm like, sorry, I'm not leaving. I'm going to, do the showing here. So like.
No, that's appropriate response.
Yeah,
he's not.
No.
Normally, like people like here in Windsor, like if people are overlapping in a showing, everybody has worked with me. Like, he's like, hey, like, yeah, you want to go check out the backyard while I'm inside, or do you guys want to go inside and we'll walk around the property? Like, yeah, but like, we'll make it work.
Right, exactly.
That's really weird.
Right, I know. It was just strange. I think he wasn't happy that there were other people interested in the property or something. I don't know. But man, driving all the way down from Toronto just to see.
Actually a common thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like we had our few, like our Wind City team, we had our couple listings last week, Woodland and on the Wellington one. So most of the calls that I got were for out of time. Hey, like we're coming in, I'm coming in on Saturday, can I book an appointment? And I had more than like, I think more like 10, 15 calls just for out of town agents coming to check our properties that were driving down.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yeah. That's I don't know if I could drive for 4 hours. I mean, like, especially to market.
3 hours there, 3 hours back.
Right.
6 hours.
It's 3 hours.
And it's a maybe thing too. Like, what if they don't like it?
Exactly. I'm like, do you know how many showings like we do a week? Like, I just did 3 today, and I'm like, could I do that? Like you have to do it every day sometimes.
Maybe for family and friends, like.
Yeah. So, okay. So sorry to get kind of off topic here, but yeah, it's been crazy. Like there's people coming down from Toronto 4 hours, realtors to buy here. So it says any good investment property listings you have right now. We got a single family home, actually. I was waiting for this question. So I got it all here. Yeah. So Sahas, if you're looking for any like single family listings, search up 1362 Bernard. So 1362 Bernard Road. It's a single family, 4-bed, 2-bath, listed at $399 in a good East Windsor location. Go check that one out. That's the one that's on Wind City right now. If you're looking for multifamily, there's really like only 11 or something in Windsor. There must be like, it's like somewhere in there, like a dozen.
I think there's like 4, and then multifamily, there's like more expensive ones, like $1 million and up there.
Right.
But numbers don't really even make sense for most of them right now.
Right. No, I agree. They don't. Yeah.
But
there is
not many.
There is one good one, the 792 Langley with the vacant units.
Oh yeah, that one's actually
Yeah.
I got a video tour of that the other day.
Oh yeah.
That one's actually not bad because 2 of them were units are already on market rent and the other 3 are vacant. So
right, so that's a good opportunity there.
For sure.
Like that's the first one I can think of. Okay, cool that you saw that one already. So
we have a video tour of that. So
nice.
ask her
or Gary. Gary seems like super busy. He's like, please go to her. Like I don't have time. He's like, I don't have any more time for clients. It's so okay, great. Yeah, so I hope that helps you out. Okay, so anybody who's live right now, if you have any like real estate related questions for Windsor, Ontario or Canada, feel free to ask Gary and I. We're realtors and investors in Windsor, Ontario. So feel free to ask any questions. We're getting questions from YouTube here as well. Someone named Gotten said, "Hey Gary, what's up? Doing pretty great there."
I know.
You know.
Yes. How's it going in Leamington, buddy? There you go. Okay.
There we go. You got some friends.
Say Gutten.
Gutten.
Okay, good. That's
Is
good.
it
Approval.
Approval. Okay, cool. All right. So, Aditya, he's asking any advice for a first-time home buyer. I would be like, if you're buying in this market right now, be aggressive. If you know what property you want, go to the highest price you can. It's super, super competitive for single family homes right now in Windsor.
I think those are the ones that people are actually fighting over more.
Yeah, single families
just
for
for
sure.
some reason, because I offered on a duplex, 7 to 8 offers offered on a triplex, actually one, thank God. But that was about 5 offers. But like investment properties, like maybe 10 offers back. With single family homes, they're going up to 20, 25 offers. There's a single family home in Mache that had 26 offers, and obviously it's sold firm already, but 26 offers on a single family. So that's where the actual battle is. But for first-time home buyers, I guess you guys have a leverage of that 5% down. So I guess
that's right. I was about to say
you guys can go a little bit aggressive that way too.
I was just about to say So like the 5% down, you could take advantage of. You have like property transfer tax that you can waive, like up to $4,000 if you buy your first home. So that's something else to consider. First-time home buyers, I'm trying to see like what other advantages they have. Not much other than those 2, right? So So I hope that kind of helps. Okay.
Aditya is buying his own home, so I guess that's why he needed the low tips, eh?
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Aditya wanted to know.
Okay, I'll be a realtor, buddy.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's the contact info for Win City there. If anybody's interested in buying in Windsor. Okay, so let me see. If anybody is live on my TikTok right now, feel free to ask any real estate related questions. Again, we're in Windsor, Ontario. I have to like keep it updated for all the new people like coming in. So again, Windsor, Ontario realtors here.
I'll just hold up a sign next time.
I know. Next time you just have to hold it above your head. Okay, here's another question. The government promised to bring down the housing prices, and in 2 years, we will have another election. How are you confidently saying that prices won't go down significantly on election year? Well, I'm not confidently saying that at all.
I don't think we said that once.
No, we didn't. I didn't mention election year either.
If anything, I said it's going to go steady sideways. Like if it's going to go up just because of interest rates and everything, but Right,
exactly.
I don't think it's going to drastically go down either, though, right?
Right.
Like I think it's pretty fairly priced at this point. Maybe like some areas like Toronto and Vancouver, like sure, you guys are going low over crazy.
Right.
But rest of Ontario or rest of Canada is like pretty like steady, and it's like it's just like we had the major appreciation in the last 2 years because of COVID.
Right, exactly.
Right? So that's been the major thing. So once that gets like solved, I don't think it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, market crash.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this that's a thing. People are waiting for those interest rates to come. They're waiting for election year.
Yeah.
But I think this is all really driven by inventory. We're getting 26 offers on properties. That's not just going to stop out of nowhere. We need more houses on the market in order for people to go to those other places and for the market to slow down, right? So, and again, a lot of the clients I'm getting in, they're cash, they're cash, or they're not concerned about interest rates at all, right? They're coming from Toronto to Windsor. So, this is pocket change to them for some of them over there. So, yeah, I'm just that's what I'm thinking. It's either going to go steady or, I don't see a crash at all. I don't see an indicator for it. And I think if you're waiting for it, a lot of people waited 3 years ago. And if they bought 3 years ago, their property would have doubled by now. So
sometimes I just think about even the clients that we've had, even they they're flipping it. I mean, Clark told me a story. He bought and sold the house in East Windsor, just $200K profit within a couple months.
Wow.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's insane. 200K in a couple months.
It is a nice East Windsor home. So
yeah,
whoever was asking about the East Windsor.
Oh, that East Riverside. Yeah. Everybody's going to East Windsor. It's a nice family location, nice houses. Yeah. Okay, so Paul asks, is it better to wait for PR before buying a property, or I can start investing while I'm an international student or open work permit? Oh, permanent residence. It's better to wait for that. I don't have too much experience in.
I think I've been dealing with a similar situation-ish. These guys want to buy a home for themselves, and they don't have their PR yet. But once they reached out to the mortgage guy and they said they kind of have to only apply for it, and they don't have to technically have it in their hand for them to get a normal 20% down kind of mortgage.
Gotcha.
I think for a PR it's normally 30 to 35% down if you don't have your PR and if you want to invest out here. But
okay,
if you just apply for it, you can go for the 20% down.
Gotcha.
That's the lender that we're working with currently, and that's what he said. Maybe different people have different policies, but that's what I know so far.
Gotcha. Okay, so I have almost no information on this myself. Sorry.
This is the only thing I know too. So
yeah. Okay. So I hope that kind of gave you a little more insight. Let me see what else. Yeah, just apply for it. Yeah, see what you get. Okay, so Sam asks, can you explain the process on how to do a cash out refi? Do you do a banker service? I talked to a mortgage broker. I was planning on doing one myself soon, but haven't really gone through the process yet. So you have a couple different options there. You could do a HELOC, so a personal home line of credit. I forget what it stands for, but you can basically take out money as you need it, and it's available. And any money you take out, you pay interest on that. The cash out refi, you take it out, all of it, and then you pay the interest on that lump sum, from what I understand. So I would talk to a mortgage broker. If you need a good one, just hit me up on my social media. My name's Milena Simsek, and I can refer you out for the ones we use on the Win City team, or go on the Win City team website and reach out to us. Okay, let me see. So what is the percentage of buyers that are investors with cash buying houses? Well, I don't know the percentage. Do you know any percentage? Because I could probably.
What do they mean by all cash offers, no condition cash offers, or
yeah.
do they mean just
just all cash offers, no financing?
It's honestly for that. It just depends on how expensive the property is.
Right.
Because I did have a guy who was ready to buy all 400K. I have the money. I just want to buy a rental property, but I kind of told him to go the other route, just go the financing route, just
right.
so they can get more properties that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's no point of spending 400K on just one property when you can have multiple properties, right?
At 2% interest, less than inflation right now. So.
Yeah, unless you just want to buy a fixer upper that which you can get for maybe 250, 300K, even maybe not even that nowadays.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe then, but yeah.
Isn't it crazy to think that 500K isn't a lot of money if you want to buy cash.
Nowadays, you can get like I'm looking at fixer uppers for like 450 to 500K range, and that used to be like, hey, you can get a nice 3 to 4 bedroom home for like renovated, ready to live in for 450 to 5. So.
Right, exactly. So I mean, okay, so to kind of answer your question there, what kind of percentage of buyers are cash? From my client list, I got 3 with like over 500.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So 1 wants to buy full cash, and I, obviously I'm gonna push them to the other. Like, obviously you should get financing if you can, but it's their choice, whatever they want to do, right?
Yeah.
So because like again, there's people coming from Toronto and they're refinancing their properties that have appreciated in value, and they're pulling cash out. That's what I'm seeing. Like in almost all of my clients from Toronto, they're pulling cash out of their current properties. And then now they have all this like cash reserve from the refinancing from their Toronto properties. So like a lot of people. And then the other thing is, like, even if you have the all cash offer, like what advantages does that give you for the offer date? Like you could do the no financing clause, right? That one's obvious, but you could do that as well, like with a pre-approval. Yeah. Exactly. So like you don't even need cash for that, right?
No.
So like that makes the market even more competitive on that end. And then the only benefit I can see with like all cash is a faster closing, like a very fast closing, because you wouldn't need like the mortgage. So I mean,
even then, the lawyers still need like a week or two, like at least 2 weeks. I mean, like, and normally, like, even if my clients are like super aggressive, like we'll still give them at least like a month closing. Like a month is like a normal thing,
right?
So like, you move the month to 2 weeks. Like, does it really matter?
Right? Like, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So I hope that kind of answers your question. There's a lot of people with like Toronto money coming to Windsor, and they have cash, like they have money. So so I hope that kind of answers it. Let me see. So Jeff Shiner, he says, I also don't think there's a difference between buying all cash and buying without a financing condition on the offer. The latter seems pretty common these days. I definitely agree, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, like, it's the same thing, unless you're offering that faster closing date, which, like, if you're offering on single family homes, a lot of people might not want that because they want time to move out and all that. So it does.
For investing properties, like, you'd be like, 30 days closing,
Right.
But 30 days, like, pretty basic, normal, kind of 30
exactly.
to like 60 is like how it normally is.
Exactly. So like I feel like the earliest you could do with the cash is maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, and that's like really stretching that too. So I agree, Jeff. Okay, so Sam says, does the seller get an advantage from accepting a full cash offer compared to a mortgaged property? Do sellers usually tend to accept full cash offers over a financing one? Did you want to expand?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it.
They're just getting the money at the end of the day. Even if it's financed, I mean, the bank's still going to give it all at once to the seller, right?
Right.
So.
And then would the seller even know? Like, if you don't put a financing condition, they're not going to know.
They're just going to get money.
Exactly. So money, it just pops up. Yeah, I mean, if you don't put a financing condition, they're not going to tell the difference. So the second question, do sellers usually tend to accept full cash offers over financing? No. So they're the same thing. If you don't put in a financing condition, they can't tell the difference unless it's like a faster closing date, which isn't really relevant a lot of the time. Some good questions. So we're getting a lot more coming in.
We always do at the end, right?
I know we always do. I feel like we need a little bit to kind of catch up here. Oh, we lost connection. Well, shoot. Okay. So what will happen if market corrects 15% for the houses under construction? Will banks still pay the amount they agreed, or buyer has to pay the difference? Ooh. So like they're talking about pre-construction.
I'm pretty sure the buyer still, it depends. Like, it's a tricky one because he mentioned like the market changed, changed 15%.
Right.
So but though I think most likely the buyer does have to pay out of his pocket for the difference.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't appraise for that much.
Yeah.
So that's like a risk with pre-construction, I would think. Yeah. So I I think most likely.
But it's like different appraisers too, right? One
Right.
appraiser, like I've heard stories too. If one appraiser doesn't do it, the other appraiser did. Like, there's a good chance like you may have somebody different because
Right.
not everybody looks at the house the way the other person does, and
Right.
yeah, it's try your luck with different people too. But like, yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't get the appraised value that you have to pay out of your pocket for the rest of it.
Gotcha. Yes, so I hope that answers your question there. So Kyle says he's looking for a rental to rent in Windsor. Yeah, just reach out to us on the Win City team. You can go to our website, or just like reach out to any of us on social media and we could get you hooked up. We got another question. What is the percentage of mortgages these days coming from a non-STD, banks, credit unions? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was so confused. Okay, so what percentage of mortgages are coming from credit unions? I don't know the exact percentage. I'm assuming you're asking because like those are higher risk mortgages normally. So I honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's more of a mortgage, dude.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times it's people don't even tell me who they're working with.
Right. Yeah. So I would maybe Google that one. I honestly don't know like what percentage is coming from credit unions.
We have a lot of mortgage questions.
Yeah, we got a lot.
A lot of mortgage questions.
I know.
We should have a third mortgage guy just sitting with us. Like,
yeah, that would be
on the go mortgage guy.
That's a good idea. We could invite Brandon. You know Brandon?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We can bring him here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if he wants to hang out with us. Cool. He's too cool for us.
Mortgage friends.
Yeah. Okay, so we got another question from Sam. Do you need to appraise a property before a cash out refi in regards to like the 80% rule there? Yeah, the broker that's giving, the bank would do that for you.
They send their own guy, or well, normally like it's not their own guy, but like it's like the bank send their own person,
right?
Instead of like a
Yeah, so the bank would do that for you, but yeah, you would need to get it appraised before getting the money out for sure. Yeah, lots of mortgage.
And even then, like I've heard of people using different people because the first guy didn't handle it, like you kind of have to do that, like I did this much to my house, and like this guy only giving me like this amount for it, and like went to a different guy, give me $50,000 more. It's like, okay, yeah, like he probably looked at what you actually did to the house,
right?
In this guy's case, he actually built so what they did was they just looked at the old listing pictures and just appraised it at that, but this guy actually built the basement and then even add the 2 bedrooms that he had at the bottom. So and then the next guy, he actually he took the pictures, he went there after in person too, and then this guy actually gave him the value for it.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, I hope that kind of answers your question there. Lots of great mortgage questions right now. It's really making me think. Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay, let me see. So, Man SRT asks, can you find a decent home in LaSalle for under $1 million? Didn't we just recently?
Yes.
Get one? Yeah.
It did need some love. Don't get me wrong, but in LaSalle for $650. I mean, you possibly could very easily. Yeah, for sure. If you're looking for a home, reach out to the Win City team. We can help you out.
So very good questions here. Let me see what else we got. Okay, so it says, Sam says, I saw an ad of RBC Bank allowing Canadians using cross-border services to convert their Canadian credit to use in the USA. Does the service work for investing purposes or only residential? I was looking into this. I was looking into this actually. So, again, like you said, talk to a mortgage broker at RBC. I was considering getting a U.S. mortgage at RBC. So that is a possibility. And they'll take your Canadian credit score into account when you get a mortgage there. So, definitely check it out. I don't know if it's a higher interest rate or something if you're going with RBC, but I know if you go with other mortgage brokers in the US as a Canadian, it's normally a higher interest rate regardless.
Would you know their normal interest rate in America?
Oh God, I think it's higher than Canada. I think it's at 3% or something right now for everyone there. But like as a Canadian, if we were to
Be
go
even
there,
higher.
it'd be even higher.
Okay.
So I hope that kind of answers your question. Go to RBC and ask them this yourself. Like get a mortgage broker there. I know it's a possibility because I looked into it, but get details from them. I hope that kind of answers it. So we got another question. If mortgage rates go up by 1.5%, what will be the impact on real estate? We kind of said this, you said this earlier. Like you're thinking
Honestly, if we get the inventory coming in, then like yeah, sure, like it'll obviously help.
Right.
Now like plus the interest rates go up and you got like another 50 houses on the market, so like yeah, it'll make you steady. But if the inventory the way it is, who knows? Like who knows? It's mainly like it's the inventory that's doing it. It's not like anything else. So like not a lot of sellers, but tons of buyers.
Right.
So I guess and raising the interest rate may like make the buyers chill out, but if we still don't have the inventory, there'll still be fights, right? So
exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like a lot of them are coming in with like cash. Like why would they care about like 1.5% interest, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's another valid point.
Yeah, so I don't like we don't have a crystal ball, but like I see a lot of indicators for it continuing to go up regardless of the interest rate. I think this is like very supply driven in my opinion. Like Gary said as well. Let me see. So we got more questions here. Should we refinance before Bank of Canada does a rate hike? What is going on with that rate hike situation? Because they said they were going to do that like last week and then they didn't. Like
I
a couple
think it's
weeks
supposed
ago.
to be in March now.
March now. Okay, so they're pushing it. I don't know.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the 26th of January or something. No?
Yeah.
And that's what when we had a little podcast or like the live last time, I think that's what we were talking about, like January 26th.
It was going to go up like 5 times or something during this year, but now they kind of like decided against it.
I think they're going to start it off in March, 0.25.
0.25.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what's going on right now. So, but I know like it's like we talked about like quarterlies. Like I know they were going to do it quarterly. So like first was supposed to be in Jan, and like I guess they pushed it to March. So let's see what happens now. Right.
I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but I think interest rates are really good right now. So yeah, get a refinance.
I think one of the reasons why they like each other was because of the new variant. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, we
did.
It
was because of the variant, the lockdowns, and I think that made them realize like maybe not now, but I know they are willing. They're going to do something for sure now. It's like even like the way the market's still going, even over here, even like anywhere else in Ontario too, they do have to battle this, and I think they will be raising it. But let's just see how much and how often.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. So, if you're looking for a refi, talk to a mortgage broker now. Kind of see your options. Like I said, I think interest rates are good right now. So if you're happy with these ones, like go lock one in. Okay, so let's see. Hasham says, should I buy a pre-construction condo in the GTA or a freehold house a little bit far for investment? That's kind of a. Sorry, hang on, I got my mom calling me. Sorry. So, should I buy a pre-construction? Well, that depends on so many factors.
If you're pre-construction condo, if he's going to live in it, then sure. But if he's going to rent it out, that pre-construction condo, there's a good chance it's not going to pay it. Actually, I don't know the rental rates. We don't. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If it could pay itself off, like sure. If it works out like that, if it could pay itself off, sure, invest there. If it's Toronto closer to you, sure, invest there. But and the numbers have to make sense.
That's right.
Yeah, if the numbers make sense there, sure. There, if you can get an investment property, a detached home out here, like that will appreciate nicely too. And if it's cash flow positive and it's paying itself off, then over here is a pretty good option too. Yeah,
so just run your numbers and see what works out better. Because you need a lot more information to know like what's the better option there. So where are these? We're getting so many questions now. How high would it go? Man says, Like if
How high, like the market?
yeah, or do you mean how high the interest rate would go or how high prices would go? Just clarify that and we'll answer that for you. Okay, so where are these buyers coming from when the borders are closed? Like if the I mean none of them are coming from Toronto. I mean Detroit though.
There's no borders in between Detroit. I mean, not Detroit,
Yeah.
Toronto and Windsor.
It's like they're just gonna put a wall. It's like Windsorites are gonna be so angry at Toronto people coming here. They're just gonna build a wall like Trump.
No, we barely even. We don't get. I think he probably meant like how U.S.
With the
buyers,
U.S. I know.
guess.
I was just messing with them.
Even,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to get off topic, but yeah, I think the borders are. I don't know if the borders are affecting it that much because people are coming mostly from like Toronto or larger cities in Ontario to Windsor. So I mean the borders are already they're closed. Like they're not letting people through easily. Like you have to go through the test and all that. So it's if you mean like the healthcare workers crossing the border, they were considering doing that at one point. And if they ever close the borders for workers, the hospitals, I'm not even kidding when I say this, the hospitals would burn down. They would shut down. Literally 50% of nurses at each major hospital are Canadian. Like, could you imagine that just gone? Yeah, so I don't see the borders closing for essential workers unless they want the world to burn, if that's what you're asking. I just know about because I was a nurse over there, right? So they were.
I could see you're passionate about
I know
because you're a nurse. I could see how passionate you are. So
I was a nurse. I was a
nurse still left in
and
you,
there
I
is. I know. It's just I just know so much about this.
The world's gonna burn without me.
I'm just so important. Yeah, no, it's I think it won't affect it that much. That's my opinion. Sorry to go on a rant, but so what's the next question? What is the current vacancy rate in Windsor area? So right now it's actually 2 to 3%. The highest it's been was I believe it was 8% in 2012 or something. When the market was crashing back then. So
you're more accurate on the numbers. So
yeah, I know these off the top of my head. I'm a numbers person. Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to go through them because we got 3 minutes before we gotta go. Okay, last question. In terms of a home in demand with multiple offers, should I say I'm a first-time buyer/student? Seller considers mine over others, or does the seller look experienced offers over ours? Are you gonna give it?
It depends on the seller, right? Because a lot of sellers don't even want any kind of extra stuff like that.
That's a love letter, basically. Yeah,
don't
do that.
Yeah, but honestly, it may help. If you're actually looking for a house for yourself, hey, I've been looking for a home for a while. This is the one for me. But some sellers don't want any of that.
Right.
So make sure ask their realtor is hey, are you guys okay with? Is that what he asked? Am I okay to include a letter saying if it's for me?
He's saying would they prefer a first time buyer to an experienced seller? Does that make a difference?
It varies on the seller, right?
Yeah, I don't think we don't take that into consideration, right?
Actually, no. Once I offered on this duplex that I told them, she asked me, hey, tell me a little bit about your client. I'm hey, I've been offering with her for about a month, 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny thing is we had a conditional offer on financing,
mm-hmm.
and she had other cash offers, and she took ours just because I said this to her. I'm hey, we've been offering for a while. She's gonna be living upstairs, assume the tenants downstairs,
mm-hmm.
and she just wants an investment property that she can live in herself and have somebody pay the rent.
Uh-huh.
And so the seller took that and took our offer just because hey, I want to help with a young lady who is trying to stand on her own feet and kind of thing. And we didn't even have to write a letter or anything. They called us and asked us about. So I guess that guy actually cared about who his property was going to.
Gotcha.
But
gotcha.
a lot of sellers just care about the money,
right.
cash offer, and then they'll take it.
Yeah.
It just varies on the person, I guess.
That's true. It's a risk. If you disclose those details,
just ask the realtor, hey, are you guys okay with a letter or something? Are we allowed to send that with our offer? If you're really connected to the property, I wouldn't say just write a letter with every property,
right? I did a video on this recently with love letters, and like sellers can actually get sued if they receive love letters. So it's like because it could like show some aspect of the buyer that's like race, like gender, like religion or something. And if there's like that in the love letter and they accept their offer, the other buyers could be like, or you reject their offer, they'll be like, oh, you rejected me because of this in the letter, right? So because of the Fair Housing Act, it's like it's some weird law to, to not go too far into this because we are at 8 o'clock. Sorry to just kind of abruptly end my sentence there.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, so thank you all for watching. This is the Win City team. If you guys are interested in buying or selling a property, feel free to contact us. Selling we want sellers for sure because we have so many buyers. So we do have one listing right now, 1362 Bernard Road. It's a single family, 4-bed, 2-bath, listed at $399 right now in a good East Windsor location. So feel free to check that out, and we will see you next week. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, peeps.